So today we're going to be talking about DLC 2 for Black Ops 4 Zombies, and of course the reason why I want to talk about this today is because many people in the Zombies community are really expecting to get this map, well I guess sooner rather than later, and I entirely agree. Now on the exact date I'm not too sure how many people I would really agree with. I imagine a lot of people are aware of when we're probably getting the map, but at the same time I've been hearing a lot of people say that, or I guess a couple of people I should say, not a lot, but a couple of different people say that we're probably going to get this map in early February, and I don't think that's the case. I do think we're getting it in February, and I think we have an exact date for when we're getting this, but I don't think we're getting it early February, but I do think we are definitely getting it in February. But of course I think, like I said just a while ago, I think we have already an exact date for when this map is going to be coming out, and many people may know where I'm already going with this, but at the same time some people may not. Of course the reason why is because I've heard people say that it's coming out earlier, but the reason I think we know the exact date the map is going to be coming out is because of how we got DLC 1. Because if you remember when we got DLC 1, we got it right alongside Operation Absolute Zero, because once the old operation ended, I think Operation First Flight I believe it was called, once that one ended we got Operation Absolute Zero, and that's where we got all the blackout stuff. We got hijack added into it. I think there were a couple other things that happened. Of course you got Zero added into multiplayer as a specialist, and of course we got Dead of Night for Zombies. So we got all that content right at the start of Operation Absolute Zero, and of course Operation Absolute Zero is coming to an end now, so you would think that we're probably going to repeat that process. We're probably going to, at the end of Operation Absolute Zero, get a brand new operation. And then after we get that, or alongside getting that, we're probably going to get something for multiplayer. Obviously, we're going to get to 2 multiplayer maps, maybe another specialist. I doubt that. I think we're going to get like something else besides specialists. I'm not entirely sure though. But of course, Blackout's probably going to get new area or 2 to it. And of course, for our Zombies players, we're probably going to get our DLC 2 for Zombies. And that's exactly what we're going to be expected. But if you actually look at which day Operation Absolute Zero is set to end, it's actually the 18th. But of course that's when Operation Absolute Zero is going to end, but since that's when that's going to end, I mean our new operation is probably going to start, or is going to start, on the 19th, so that would leave us with the exact date of the 19th of February to actually get the start of the new operation. And alongside this new operation we're probably going to get our brand new zombie maps, and probably multiplayer maps too, probably 2 multiplayer maps and the Zombies map. So I think it can be expected to get all of our new content for pretty much everything inside Black Ops 4, including a new Zombies map, on the 19th. So we can be looking forward to that date. Now, of course, we don't really know this for sure. This is just looking at what we got with DLC 1. It could change. They might release it before or after. Honestly, I'd love for them to release the Zombies content, I guess, rather earlier or later than, or probably earlier though, well, earlier or later than the actual new stream or new operation, just because I play both, or I play all 3 modes, and I would like to play all of them not at all the same time, because that's impossible. So, you know, have the Zombies update, then of course the multiplayer update, then the Blackout update maybe, but of course that's probably not going to happen, because that's not how Call of Duty releases their stuff. They're going to release it all together, and then of course I'm just going to be grinding Zombies for a while, playing the brand new map. But as for what we know of what this map possibly is going to be that we're probably going to be getting on the 19th, which by the way is 13 days from today, because today is the 6th, so in about just under 2 weeks we should be expecting this map to launch. But regardless, but again, what we know about this is very little. I mean, we don't really have any trailer. Obviously you guys would know if we had a trailer. We don't have really that many teasers. There is one teaser that we'll get into a little bit, but really for the most part we don't have leaks, teasers, or a trailer to really tell us what's going to be going on with all of this. And I really hope we get a trailer. I mean, please, Treyarch, if the map really is dropping in 13 days, we should have got a trailer yesterday, but if not, maybe on, I guess, tomorrow on Thursday, or maybe on Tuesday next week, or just sometime before, like, give us some time before the map comes out, before we get hyped up, like, give us some teasers and stuff like that, because really, you really screwed up Dead of Night. I'm just saying, you screwed it up big time, and we don't need a repeat of that. And I know Activision is saying, oh, our stock is falling, we gotta save every penny we possibly can, but screw them, make the trailer, be smarter than that, because everyone knows marketing is a huge part of it, and if the people at Activision don't understand that, you know, you have to realize they're stupid and just make it yourself. But regardless, just a small thing I had to say right there. But of course, but the only trailer, I mean, I guess teaser we really did get was from Jason Blundell himself on, I guess, a Twitter video where he was answering questions from Twitter, and this is where someone asked if you could tease DLC 2. I'm sure you guys all know this, and then he said, that's all Greek to me, of course, hinting at we're probably going to get a map in Greece or somewhere like that. Now, if we think about where this Greece map is probably going to be, I mean, I think about it, and it's probably not going to be Ether storyline. I honestly cannot think of a possibility for our Ether storyline to end up in Greece. I think about where we were left off. We were left off with, I guess, our characters picking up the Ultimus characters, but what reason do they have to go to Greece? No real reason. I mean, do we really possibly have, which if they do end up in Greece somehow, I mean, I don't know what to say, because that's not how the Ether storyline has worked in the past, and let's be completely honest, it's probably not the Ether storyline, and it's much more likely that we're going to go to Greece inside the Chaos storyline, especially thinking where we left off. And obviously we did leave off in Dead of the Night, but that was a prequel, so you have to look at the last time we really left off our characters in chronological order, and that of course was 9, and 9 is where our characters ended off getting their heads chopped off after, of course, that occult collected that, I guess, see-through artifact. I don't know what to actually call it, but that, I guess, that invisible artifact, whatever you want to call it. But of course, after their heads were cut off, we don't really know what's happening to them. But if I had to speculate of what's going on, I imagine, of course, since our characters weren't actually in 9, they only inhaled the vapors to actually end up in 9, so they were kind of on this weird, I don't know, thing to go back to the past using some sort of magic or alchemy. I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, they didn't actually die in 9. That's probably just the lives they were just reliving for some other people. They're the ones who actually died, not our actual crew. But now, rather, one of 2 things are going to happen, or maybe even 3 things, or I guess that could really happen for our characters to end up in Greece, because I do imagine we are going to go back to our original Chaos crew inside this map. So one possibility is that after their heads got chopped off, they just appeared back in the cave, and then they go off to Greece, and they go do whatever they need to do there, which, I mean, it's possible. That is a possibility, but I don't think it's likely at all, because, I mean, not to really bash on Greece all that much, but you have to remember when this is all taking place, like if they go back to where they were before they inhaled the vapors, that year was about 1912-ish, I think it was somewhere around there, because it was around the Titanic area. I mean, I imagine it's the same year, but it's around 12-ish, let's just say that. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think really anything was going on in Greece at that time, so I can't imagine we'd go to Greece there. Maybe we will. I doubt it, but maybe we will. I'm just kind of speculating here. But another possibility is that after their heads get chopped off, they go back to the cave, but they inhaled the vapors again, and then end up in Greece, and they go back in time and do that whole thing. Or they could just, I guess the third possibility, which is kind of just a second possibility except slightly different, is that after the head's chopped off, they don't go back to the cave, and then instead of doing that, they just straight go to Greece from wherever they died from, which is an entire possibility. They just could be reliving the lives of people who the occult have used to get to these artifacts, because if you guys have been following the Chaos storyline, the occult uses other people who are, I guess, worthy to get the artifacts from doing the challenges and all that stuff, or I guess I don't know what to call it. I guess challenges, there's a proper word. I guess appeasing these gods to get the artifacts. They always use people who can do it, because gods do not see the occultists as being worthy. So we could be reliving the lives as our characters. Well, our characters will be reliving the lives, the Chaos crew that is, of people who the cult used in the past to get these artifacts. Because if you guys remember, they of course used the celebrity cast inside Dead of the Night. The occult used them to get the artifact, and then of course in 9 they used the people that our characters were reliving the lives of, these random slaves, to of course get the artifact. And then I guess the Titanic, they used our characters, but it didn't really work out too well because they didn't really plan for it. It It was just kind of just happened, so I guess they really didn't use our characters. So, but our characters are probably going to relive the lives of people the cults used to collect these artifacts in the past. Anyways, that's probably what's going to be going on. Again, just speculation. These are all speculations, to be completely clear. We don't know that the map's going to come out on the 19th. We don't know if we're getting a trailer or not, which we really should. We don't know if we're getting teasers. We don't even know if this is actually going to be a Chaos Story map or what. We don't actually know any of this. It's just what I see as very likely. Honestly, I feel like all of this is probably going to be true, but again, just keep that grain of salt with you, because we don't know if this is actually true. But anyways, that's about it for me. Go ahead and tell me what your guys' speculations for DLC 2 are. Just tell me what you think about what could be happening in the story. Do you think it's going to be Ether, Chaos storyline, the release date, or anything like that? I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about DLC 2, because I'm just here speculating what possibly could be happening, just hoping we're getting a trailer within the next few days for we could really have something to talk about for this next map, because currently we're kind of sitting in a drought place, and I guess all we can really do is play Apex Legends because that's what's popping right now. But anyways, that's about for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next video, stream, or whatever it may be. But laters, guys.